So, is this person's name supposed to be Champagne?
Yeah, that's the name that I was given. Apparently, this is a woman, I guess, who used to be a man, and so they
Okay,
uh,
lovely.
yeah.
So just you need to put in here so that I can read it and understand it that you obtained a new number and not the date
Hmm.
that you obtained it, but the date we're going to call it. Champagne
Right.
room. Okay, here we go. Stand by. This is a transgender post-op LBG LMNOP. Here we go. All right, first one of the day. Hello,
Hello.
Champagne.
Yes.
Champagne, my name is Danny. I'm calling on some commercial space here in Metairie. I wanted to talk lease terms with you.
Okay.
Airline Drive, if that's on your radar at all.
Yes, that's one of my ones I'm very familiar with.
Excellent. So the coin laundromat, that's what I'm intrigued by. I have been in the coin laundry business for almost 20 years. My partner and I are always looking for locations that we might be able to talk lease terms, do a long-term lease, and then renew the store, put some new equipment in. You know, we're basically after the infrastructure, the gas, water, electric, the stuff that's really hard to put in and expensive to pay for, we don't deal with. And we've scouted this store. We've been in it more than once. We just see lots of room for improvement. And to be clear, you know, it's not the worst laundromat I've seen. It's far from it, but it's certainly not the best. And since we're building out more stores, I want to not leave this stone unturned, if you will, let you know that we are interested. We are wanting to discuss a decent rate of rent if and when the time comes. You know, that might be today, tomorrow, next week, next year. But if you don't know we're out here looking, we'll never get together, if that makes sense.
Right. Okay. So I take it you're planning to purchase the laundromat from the lady who owns it?
There's a reason I didn't mention anything about a purchase because that's not part of my MO. I don't really see any value. I would have already done that. I could also go on Buy Biz Sell or Craigslist, for God's sakes, and find dozens of laundromats for sale. Not what I do. So your thinking is very normal, you know, square peg, square hole all day long. But I don't want to buy the business. And if you're thinking, well, what this guy's nuts because they pay the rent and they're a good tenant, great, fantastic. Just know that we are interested when that comes to an end because they'll either sign a new lease with you and retool the store with new equipment, or they will do nothing and continue to pull money out. And when it's the latter, eventually they're going to lose the store. I don't want to see that happen, but when it does, I'm interested in talking to you if you're the right individual.
Okay. Well, yes, everything goes through me on the shopping center. And then I speak directly with the owner, or owners. Um, Basically, right now, I know she's in a lease. She's just recently signed a new lease because she purchased it, I want to say, a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago.
Oh, see, and that makes perfect sense. I hate to hear that because these
Well,
people
the
are.
thing of it is that she told me upon the other day when I received rent payment that she did have a buyer.
Okay. Well, I don't have a crystal ball, but I'd be really careful. Look, let's just look at the facts that you've provided me. I don't know who she is. I have no idea who this operator is. She's owned the place for a year. Why is she selling it?
I think she bought more than she realized she bought.
Right. Exactly.
She didn't realize that she was going to be back there working it every single day because they also have the drop off laundry.
Right.
Where, you know, you drop it off and pick it up later. Well, I don't think she realized, well, finding workers during COVID was going to be next to zilch. And a lot of people dropped their laundry off there. I mean, the other day when I went to collect the check, she's in there physically working herself doing laundry.
Right. Well, let me talk. Look, let me take a wild guess, Champagne. You don't frequent laundromats. You don't go every Sunday and do your laundry in a laundromat. Guessing.
Oh no,
Okay.
no.
So I want to bring your ignorance into the conversation and make you understand. Just like this young woman that bought this business, she has no idea what she's doing. And it's not the fact that she's created a job for herself, it's the fact that she bought a business with 15-year-old equipment at whatever price. I don't know what it is. It doesn't really matter to my MO and my bottom line. Okay. Not that I'm callous. It helps me not to know because it's heartbreaking every time. People do this every day. You know, they have a great empanada recipe from their grandma, so they go out and buy a food truck, and then they work 30 hours a day, 7 days a week until they die. That said, what
Right.
you have is an obligation to the landlord, to the owners of this building and this dirt, to understand that your phone rang today, not out of the blue. Again, I've been in this store several times. My partner is Dr. Mike.
Well, I mean, I've even noticed, and I mean, there are things that I've compared her laundromat with other laundromats.
Mm-hmm.
And I myself have even said, because I think at one point it was either closed on Mondays or closed on Fridays. I'm going, people don't wash on those days?
I love your thought. But every time I see that, you know what that means? It means the operator is also the employee. And that's fine. You can
Yes.
run a business and you can be an employee, but you have to be 17, 18, 19 years old when you're doing that and have some light at the end of the tunnel. Eventually, I'm going to
Well, I
run
mean, even
several
if I owned it, I mean,
crews.
at that point, if I am the worker, then what I would do is my station at the back might be closed that day, but I'm not going to close the laundromat because I mean, them people still need to do laundry. The machines are still making my money.
We are on the same page more than you know. Let me explain what I do.
Well, I mean, she doesn't. She also doesn't have a 24-hour laundromat.
Right.
And that's something else I've noticed, that 24-hour laundromat seems to do a lot better.
I'm happy that you have a lease. I'm happy that you have a tenant who's paying the rent on time, I assume. I would caution you, if and when she finds a buyer, and you're obviously very smart, if she finds a buyer, I don't care if the price is $1 or $1 million or somewhere in between, which is likely what it will be. She's selling a failure. We've established that. When they come to you and say, hi, we want a long-term lease because we spent $300,000 on this business, you have some serious diligence to do and say, wait a minute, do I really want to bring this lease to this, to who you're beholden to, the owner of the strip mall, and say, yeah, they're going to spend 300 grand on top of what she's done wrong. They're doing even more wrong. So maybe it's 50,000, maybe it's 300,000. It's usually the price. I didn't even see it was for sale. We physically scout it. All I want you to do is hang on to my number. I'll also get your email address, and we'll send you an email, before and after pictures of my stores, how we work, what we do. Again, we are looking to spend the money on us. And in a good business, that's what you should do. Spend the money on you. My procedures are sound. We know what color to paint the walls. We run them 24/7. We use Alexa systems in the store that are keyed into the customers. I mean, it's a great business if you do it right. So glad to
I
make
even
your
asked her at one point. I asked her, why didn't she have at least a video game in there? I said, at least one. I said, people who bring their kids, hey, that's free revenue right there.
Again,
Because mommy's got to give out that quarter to play that video game.
yeah, I like your style. You're obviously thinking like a small business operator, and really you have to think big business. That's the way that it works. And I could beat you up all day on vending, video arcade games, and how they bring in a bad element, all that, the number of machines we put in. It's been thought out. And really, there are some associations in the Laundry Association, like anything else, like any small business or large business. And a lot of what they do is completely sideways. They don't think about the way they should be running. Should you have a card reader? You probably think it's a good idea. It's a bad idea. I could bore you to tears ad nauseum the way that it works, the ifs, whats, whos, and buts, but I won't bother. Let me send you an email, and who knows? I'd love to see this young lady sell the business, but the sad thing is she bit off more than she can chew, if I could put this into a nutshell. Now she's stuck here and trying to stick you with the next potential failure, and that I wouldn't stand for, depending on what your lease looks like. I'm not, I'm here to become a tenant at first, and then maybe we'll sign a first right of refusal, and maybe the doctor and I will end up owning the building. It entirely up to what happens in the future. Obviously, we're not buying commercial properties now. Champagne, I consider you friend. What's the best email address for you?
pass-throughs and all of that. I think she's paying like $3,300 a month.
I appreciate that. I mean, it's not really my business, but if we're talking about generally what someone would pay in that center, then I'm gonna try to beat you up on even that, because at the end of the day, you know the difference between us and her. And again, I didn't even know it was a woman. The difference is we'll have debt service on brand new equipment. I'm going to be spending money on my store, on my consumers, not on someone else's failure, which is what she's trying to do again. This is just proliferation of a failed business being handed over and over again and again to another poor sucker. And we don't intend to be that sucker. I've got your info, Danny.
Right. Yeah. 'Cause I
D'Angelo.
mean, I know if she does come out of the space, it would go up in price. I do know that, because everything in that shopping center is going up, because we have some big name center people coming into the center.
I don't.
So, I mean, we're going to
I
bring
don't blame
in
you
a
for
bunch of new
saying that.
stuff. So
I don't blame you for saying that. We won't pay more, we'll pay less. And the reason is, again, what you want, whether you know it or not, you want good long-term operators that are running successful businesses. I don't blame you for wanting to raise the rent. Get rid of the laundromat. Blow it out. Get rid of the
Well, I
infrastructure.
mean, the thing about it is that my owner is not going to budge on his. He will not go lower on anything. I can tell you that already, because we've had that discussion when I was trying to fill the empty
You
spaces.
haven't had the discussion with me. Here we are arguing, and that's what a negotiation is. No argument from me. When he's talking to me about potentially leasing the space, it's going to be a very different discussion because of the sense that we make. We will not run it the way it is. It's a shit laundromat, and we intend to change that. Thanks for the time. I'll send you my full contact.
You're more than welcome. Send me the email, and I'll forward it over to him.
Well, it's not an offer. We're not there yet. Just a little how do you do. All right, cheers. I don't know what pronouns to use. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, I got the same problem. I put a bunch of notes a little lower.
Okay,
the bullet
that's
point
fine.
section.
All right, I'll send the email, Doc, and not the worst story, but look, this is heartbreaking. This is just very, very telling. It's what happens again and again and over, and all I'm doing is talking to Champagne about what is best for her, him, she, hit, it, and at the end of the day, they're saying, okay, but the rent is going to go up. No, it's not. At the end there, they're trying to sell us something, aren't they? They're trying to say, well, the rent's going to go up. No, it's not. It doesn't go up. I hate to break it to you. But foolishly, they're going to allow this operator who's been there for a year, they're going to allow her to sell it.
Yeah.
Take a close look at your lease. Oh, we've got some big names coming in. Okay, yeah. Walmart's on its way into this little center. I'm sure of it. Positive. All right, have a good turkey. I'll send her an email. I'll CC you. Him, them, shit.
Well, I actually have one more. I have one more.
Oh, good.
I got it another place. Yeah. And so scroll down a little further.
I know how to scroll. All right, we have a location, and the man's name is Jack. Is this a brand new one?
New to me.
Okay, well, under history, please put new so that I know that I need to see if I have any history whatsoever with the location. And you're killing me. So again, there's just little things. It's housekeeping, dude. It's not the end of the world. This isn't neurosurgery, which you know a little something about. This is about getting so I can quickly and easily identify. So just highlight the addresses in yellow. What's going on in this store?
So I went to go scout the laundromat. It just looked like I kind of did it based off of reviews on the internet. I went in there, and a lot of the machines are out. A lot of the washers and dryers are out. The hours, it's not 24 hours. It's not really a ton of places to sit. There's two TVs in there, one working, one not working. I see a lot of ways that it could, potentially be ran better. And so, yeah, that'd be a good try.
The equipment's a good 10 plus years old. It's very clean. They're definitely doing their best to run a decent store. And at the end of the day, we don't know until we speak to the landlord. And you're telling me his name is Jack, and he runs the gas station.
That is correct. There's a gas station across the street from that shopping center.
And you were
And
able to obtain Jack's number how?
there is a beauty supply there, and I guess the one who runs that beauty supply gave me the phone number.
Okay. And
So
you know,
then-
I need to know that in case this dude, you know, he's the type of guy that sits in the movie theater and his phone rings, hello, and it's just him and his kids that interact and one of his tenants. And when I call, I need to be able to say, hey, I got your number from the beauty salon. All right, here we go. Stand by. Subscribe to the channel, you people. Don't miss what happens with Jack. Hello? Okay, Jack's number rings and rings and rings, and then it kind of sounded like somebody might have tried to answer, but there's no words spoken. Maybe Jack is afraid.
Okay.
We're going to try again. Stand by. Well, now's your second chance. Subscribe. Pick up the phone, Jack. He's looking at it all scared. Who's it gonna be? Hello? Okay. Let's try one more time. I mean, curiosity just gets my goat. The phone rings and then nothing. It goes to silent. Let's see.
Okay.
Maybe Jack's watching us live on YouTube. Salespeople and auto dialers don't call 3 times in a row, so he should know better. 3 rings.
Hello.
Jack.
Yes.
Jack, my name's Danny. I'm looking at some commercial space here in Nollins. I wanted to talk lease terms with you.
Who?
I'd like to... Danny, my name's Danny. I'd like to rent some space from you.
Okay, what is the space? Uh-huh.
I would like to lease the space from you.
For what? This is space.
A coin laundromat.
Okay, who gave you my number?
The young lady in the salon. No, they sell hair care products.
Yeah, how you can lease something already occupied? How you can
Oh,
do that?
easy.
I mean, I can't lease something already occupied.
No, maybe
What are you
not.
trying to do?
Maybe. Oh, I'll explain. So, Jack, I've been in coin laundries for almost 20 years, and this is what we do. We,
All right,
we scout.
call me back right now. I'm not in a position to talk.
Hey,
right
Jack,
okay?
Jack,
Call me back later on.
Jack,
Yes,
Jack.
sir.
Are you wanted by the feds or something? You own a building and you're worried about how I got your number? I got it from your other tenant. Take 5 minutes. Relax. Relax.
Man,
Yeah,
listen,
Danny.
I don't want to take no minutes. I don't want to hear your bullshit. You hear me? So just do it
My
about
bullshit.
it. Okay, then take
My bullshit. I'll call
Go
you
ahead with
back.
that
Hang
shit.
up. I'll call you right back.
Go ahead with that.
I'll call you
Go
right
ahead
back.
with that.
You got my number? Jack? Hello, Jack? Let's call him back. My bullshit. Well, you guys wonder how when you
Been
see
forwarded
those
to an automated
short...
voice
Oh!
messaging system.
He blocked me.
042.
So everybody on the YouTube machine, they want to know why I'm being such a jerk in these short videos. Here we have a guy that supposedly owns land in the United States of America, right?
Mm-hmm.
We call him and he picks up his phone and stares at his phone and doesn't say anything. He sits quietly like a mouse, listening to hear intently. That I might say, hello, this is Bob with Magazines America. If you'd like to subscribe, press 1 now. No, that's not what I do. Hello? Hello? And he hangs up. Call back a second time. First of all, I mean, come on. Is his name Jack? Do you think that's his name?
I don't think that's his name.
Okay.
I think it's
So
something else.
Well, we don't want to get racist on this. So then he picks up again and he... Who is this person? And then, what do I say to every student, every client on the planet Earth? I say, please, please, let me know where you got the telephone number for the landlord. Because he says, where did you get my number? Now I have to have an answer. Oh, I got it from the hair salon, the beauty supply, right? Important, because then he goes, okay, now we've established that. Now he's open to a conversation. But I'm bullshitting? How I'm going to rent something that's already rented to you? It's just...
God bless him.
It's fun. It's not... I'm not frustrated. I get it. But dude, here's the bottom line. Here's what upsets me. If someone takes the time to call you on the telephone and they're well-spoken, semi-intelligent, and they have a plan, listen to them. Just listen. I've been doing this for so long. We will note this. And when this operator fails, this dude will totally change his tune. I had it happen today. When we call him in a year or 2 or 10, and it's your 3rd or 4th or 9th laundromat, this guy's tune will... Oh, Danny, I remember you. Very good friend. Mm-hmm.
Complete 180.
I know it's a lot. Nothing really happened. You could put in the notes, Danny called him 3 times and he hung up on him. But that's not what happened. More than that happened. My bullshit. My bullshit. So now we'll turn this into a 60-second short. And those of you that are watching it live will say, oh my goodness, that was exactly how a phone call turned sideways. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks, Doc.
Appreciate you, Danny.
Ciao. Now it makes sense, doesn't it? But I'm selling newspapers, right?
Hello, this is Danny with the Saturday Evening Post.
All right, now everybody wants to jump into the comments. Rojangles, I keep seeing your name over and over again. Rojangles, commenting, now asking good, pointed questions. Danny, is 1,000 square foot laundromat even worth it? No. No. You can't make money in 1,000 square foot rented space. I know you recommend 1,500 square. Get the course. Do you have it? Do you have the course? Because it's in the course. It's like literally the first chapter video is, are laundromats right for you? I want to get that out of the way. And the next chapter is moving forward incrementally. I got more calls to make. My editor will be shorting this one, and then everybody's going to go nuts. Why does he talk to people that way? Rojangles has the course. Then you know better, dude. I don't even know your name. Doesn't matter. Keep it to yourself. Send me an email. Goes for everybody. If you have the course and you're inside the course videos, hit me direct. Happy turkeys.